Welcome to Institute for Humanities. Today we will take another question of CUET, and today I will be taking the question on international relations. The question is on the theory of international relations. You know about the liberal school of international relations, and in liberal school of international relations, a very important school is liberal institutionalism, something that was initiated by Woodrow Wilson, who held that these institutions have capacity to convert the jungle of international politics into zoos. Institutionalism has not been very progressive for long, but we have seen that suddenly, because of globalization, there has been a proliferation on international organizations, international law, and regimes. In our times, the most important theory of liberal internationalism has been contributed by the famous thinkers Joseph Nye and Robert Cahoon. They are also famous for the theory of complex interdependence. So, let us see what type of question has been asked and what else we should be preparing. So, the question here is, which among given following statements is true about institutional liberalism in international relations theory? Institutional liberalism means there are other types of liberalisms also, like sociological liberalism, functionalism. What is special about institutional liberalism, right? Where they suggest that we should promote the growth of international organizations, international regimes, etc. So, institutional liberals claim that international institutions help promote cooperation between the states. Yes, because liberal theories are peace theories, and there are different approaches to the peace, and one approach to the peace is promotion of liberal institutions. So, this statement is correct. The extent of institutionalization can be measured by depth and scope. Yes, you can measure, and scholars like David Mitrani, they have tried to measure the level of communication, etc. So, you can go for the quantitative approach towards liberal institutions. So, this is also correct. A high level of institutionalization reduces the destabilizing effect of multipolar anarchy. Yes, it is also true, and we can infer it from the works of Cahoon and Nye. So, now the role of institutions lies in the strengthening international agreements. Yes. So, international agreements, but if you have institutions, if you have organizations, it brings predictability. So, even this is also correct. So, institutions, however, cannot make up for lack of trust between the states. But this is also wrong. They can make, but they are still very weak, the level, because in future they may bring the required trust. Now, this can be understood and explained on the basis of English school of Hedley Bull. So, for me, it ultimately ends up in almost all the questions being correct, but we will take, because we have to choose the best option. So, we will take the first option, because there is no option which is covering all. Fine. So, A, B, C, D is more clearly correct. This can be debatable, or however cannot, sorry, actually we interpreted it wrong. This is saying that institutions, however, cannot make up for a lack of trust, but actually institutions can make up for lack of trust. So, E is wrong, hence the answer will be A, B, C, D. So, just see that we have to be very careful while reading, because sometimes even if you know but you are not careful, you can commit, I will say, a silly mistake, the way I was just about to correct, commit, sorry. So now few information with respect to, yeah, so liberal institutionalism, what is the main theme of liberalism? Keep minimal state. So just, this is a famous statement of Nozick, minimal state is inspiring as well as right. तो state minimum होगी, sovereignty को आप minimize करें और internationalism को आप promote करें. तो डायरेक्टली तो ये इंटरनेशनलिज्म या लिबरल इंटरनेशनलिज्म से लिंक्ड नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी एक लिबरलिज्म का कॉन्सेप्ट है. नाउ internationalism plays emphasis on the role that international organizations and international society is important international society play a role in the world affairs. It focuses on the idea of complex interdependence as first argued by Kehon and Nye. This itself can be a question, what is complex interdependence and who has given this? Fine. And this is a famous quote of Robert Kehon. You can have a look on it. Fine. So now get accustomed to these prominent scholars, Robert Kehon and Joseph Nye, which have played a very important role in the development of theory of international relations, especially Joseph Nye. He is very famous for his concept of soft power, smart power, sharp power. Fine. So these are his famous books. They can ask the books. So Power and Interdependence, Kehon and Nye, they have written together. And After Hegemony is a very famous book of Robert Kehon. This can be asked in exam. Fine. So I believe that this discussion has helped you, and we will continue with many more questions. Thank you.